Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss to how to derive the equation of equation of the circumference of circle. As you all know that it is nearly 2 pi r. That is the equation of the circle is 2 pi r, where r is the radius of the circle. So I'm going to derive that how we reach to the this equation, that is 2 pi r. For that, what I will be doing is I will be considering polygon, okay, and then I will be approximating the polygon to a circle. It is a well-known fact that a circle is nothing but a special case of a polygon, where this polygon has infinite sides, and it is a regular polygon. So let's start. So first of all, I'm going to draw a polygon. Okay, so this is a regular polygon. Regular polygon means that this polygon has its sides. All its sides are equal, okay, in this polygon. And this is a polygon of side n. So let this be center. This is the center of the polygon. And let me join this center to this vertices with these corners of the polygon. Okay. Now, since it is a regular polygon, then these two sides, these two lines will be equal. Okay, and since it is a polygon of n sides, so and a polygon at its center, this will make a angle of 2 pi. Okay. Now, since it has n sides and it is regular polygon, so this angle will be what? This angle will be 2 pi over n. This will be the angle of this triangle. Okay. Let me name this triangle as A, B, and C. So I'm going to take this triangle because I have to take this triangle outside, because I have to do some calculations or some. I will be using some of the trigonometry and different methods. So let me take this triangle outside. This is C, A, B. This angle is 2 pi over n. Okay. So what we are going to do now? That I'm going to draw a line which will bisect this angle. Okay. And we will see that this angle will be, this thing will be perpendicular. This line will be perpendicular to this base AB. Okay. So let this be D. So I'm going to prove how it is 90 degree. As we know this, that this side R and R, these two sides are equal, right? That is, AC is equal to BC. Okay, because this is inside the regular polygon. Okay. Now, angle ACD is equal to angle BCD, because we have bisected it. Right? So we have bisected it. Now, CD is equal to CD. Okay. This is common. And what we are doing, we are observing triangle ACD and triangle BCD. Okay, we are observing this triangle. So by these things, we can say that triangle ACD is congruent to triangle BCD. So it means that these two triangles are congruent. So this angle will be equal to this angle. Okay, by angle's congruency property. But this whole angle, since AB is a line, and this whole angle will be 180 degree. So we can say that this is 90 degree, because these two angles will be equal. So this is perpendicular. Okay. Now what we are going to do is, I'm going to take this side. I'm going to calculate this AB. Okay, length of this AB. What will be the length of this AB? That is this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of this triangle. So let us consider triangle A B C. I'm taking this triangle. Okay, that is this. A B C. This is 90 degree. This is pi over n. Okay, and this is r. Now, what will be the length? Then you can see that this is a right angle triangle, and this is angle, and the side which is in front of angle is called perpendicular. So, what is perpendicular upon hypotenuse? That is, this is hypotenuse. This is because it is just in front of 90 degrees. So, this is hypotenuse, and this ratio is called sine theta. So, sine theta means sine of pi over n. So, this AD will be AC into sine of pi over n. Now, what is this AC? AC is R, sine pi over n. Okay. So, this is sine pi over n. Now, what is AB? AB is 2 times AD, which is 2R sine pi over n. It means it is the length of this AB. Okay, that is, this is nothing but 2 pi over n. Okay. Now, what we can do is, since this is side of means one side of the polygon. Okay, AB is just one side of the polygon, and the length of this one side is this 2r sine pi over n. But we have n sides, because this polygon is having n sides, and it is a regular polygon, and since it is regular polygon means that all of the sides are equal. So we can say perimeter. We will be using this term. Perimeter of polygon will be total sides into length of one side. That is, total side is n, and length of one side is 2r sine pi over n. So this is a total length of the polygon. Now we will be using this property to show to derive this formula 2 pi r. Okay, since this is the length of the polygon, and we know circle is what? Special cursive polygon, where n is infinity. Okay, so just we have to do now some modifications, something. Just we have to add or multiply or divide something. Right? So I am taking this equation here. So that is, this is, let this be length of, not length. Okay, length, let it be length of polygon, or length, or call it a perimeter. Okay, the same thing. 2n r sine pi over n. Okay. Now what I can do is, I will write this 2 sine pi over n, and what I can do is I can take this n and write it here like this. Okay, I can do this. This is basic mathematics. Okay. Now I am going to multiply this whole thing and by pi on its denominator as well as on its numerator. So let this be 2r pi sine pi over n and pi 1 upon 1. So this is not going to change the equation, right? So what will be this will reduce to 2 pi r sine pi over n divided by pi over n. Right? Now we can see here that as n approaches infinity, that is, as n approaches infinity, pi over n will approach 0. Okay? pi over n will approach 0. So pi over n will approach 0. It means this whole thing will approach 0, this whole thing will approach 0. And from the from the basic fundamental calculus, or from the fundamentals of calculus, we know that this sine theta over theta limit theta tends to 0, this will tend to 1. Okay, so this will tends to 1. It means that as n approaches infinity, pi by n approaches 0, and this whole thing will be reduced to 2 pi r. Okay, which is nothing but length of polygon having n sides, and where n is infinity. So we know that as n approaches infinity, that polygon becomes circle. Okay, so we can now say that this is now circle. This is the case of circle because we have increased the n size to infinity. So this is now, we can say that circumference of circle. Okay, so this is how we can prove that circumference of circle is 2 pi r. This is very interesting. I know that you will also be very excited and have enjoyed. So so we have basically used some trigonometry, some geometry, and fundamental or some calculus. That's it, and there is nothing in it. So this was all about how we can, or how we got the circumference of circle is 2 pi r.